And then the employee of the shelter was told that this dog is impounded, and the only people that could come and get this dog is Moscow PD. So that there by itself tell you that that dog was not supposed to be impounded on a shelter, which soon as they get to the shelter, the first thing they get is a shower, eliminating all the evidence, any possible evidence. If any possible evidence was on Murphy, when Murphy got to the dog pound, they shower every dog that it gets to the dog pound. It gets a full shampoo. That would have tampered with any type of evidence that it would be on Murphy. And how you know that Murphy was supposed to take him to the laboratory to get forensic done, referring to the crime scene? Because the sheriff told the employee of the shelter, no one gets this dog but Moscow PD. That's when you knew that that dog was in the wrong place. And then what's the shocker? What was the shocker of all? And I'm not gonna go too far into it because already it's around that time for me to move on. We could keep talking about it some other day. But the shocker is the Morphe got stolen allegedly by Moscow PD from the shelter. I repeat, Moscow PD had the keys of the dog shelter for whatever reason. They have the keys of the dog shelter, and they went inside of the dog shelter and stole Murphy. How we know that they stole Murphy? Because it's what is called a chain of custody. At that moment, Murphy was in custody of the dog shelter. For the dog shelter employee or manager, call 911 to see if Moscow PD came and grabbed the dog. That means that they broke the chain of custody of an item, a dog at this moment, that it was supposed to be processed for evidence. Ain't that some bullshit? That's what I was saying. That's what I put in the title. Well, Murphy, it's your turn to try to get justice for Kiely and her friends because it seems like the powers to be are actually trying to hide the truth, the reality of this case behind secrecy to keep the people blind of what could be happening in this case. We can only speculate, speedball, and talk about thoughts, train of thoughts, and go for the ride. But wouldn't be crazy, comment down below, wouldn't be crazy if Morphe end up being the way to get justice for Kiely and her friends? Due to Murphy was supposed to be processed to be comparable to the crime scene, if any blood, transfer blood or whatnot. Murphy was part of this crime scene and was supposed to be considered processed just as evidence like any other piece of evidence. The chain of custody was supposed to never be broken. It don't matter if you have the keys of the locality where you have the dog impounded. You still have to sign paperwork. Obviously, the lady didn't see no paperwork signed. Obviously, you went and took the dog and didn't left even a report or even a chain of custody paper left on the employee desk so the employee know that that dog that he was supposed to get picked up by Moscow PD actually got picked up by Moscow PD because the sheriff told you so. So that means that a dog shelter has the chain of custody at that moment. You cannot just come in and get evidence out of the impound without checking in the impound, without making yourself known, without going through a process to get to that evidence. In this case, the dog. And then what happened? You got the dog out after y'all already gave him a shower and got rid of any evidence that would be in that dog. And what the heck did you do? You grabbed the dog from the impound, and instead of after you, because you knew you already washed the dog. It was no purpose. It was no purpose. The dog already got shampoo as soon as he gets there. By the time Moscow PD came and picked it up, that dog is crispy, shiny, brand new, spanking. So there's no reason for Moscow PD, knowing that he already took a shampoo, is not even reason to process this dog. It's not they know it's not even reason to bring this dog nowhere besides to give him back to the owner, possible killer. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. I don't know. You tell me how you think about it. Deep conversation today. My apologies for starting this show with the fuckery that some of y'all love, some of y'all hate, but I'm indifferent. I say what I gotta say, and I stay with the truth. And the goofy ass people sometimes needs to hear what we think about them, so like that they know how to learn how to act. Cause man, shit crazy. But as always, listen, I love ya. Thank you for spending time. Big shout out to Jane. Big shout out to Amy. I appreciate ya. And as always, your favorite brother, your mother's favorite son, the black sheep, Jrod on point. Remember, listen, believe in yourself because I believe in you. If I did it, you could do it too. I ain't nothing special. I believe that you're gonna take the best decision in your life for yourself and for everyone around you. Love yourself, take care of yourself, so you'll be able to love and take care of others. Big shout out to all the ladies in the chat. Jane said, "Oh wow, Murphy was giving back to Jack." Yes, jackpot. Yes, that dog was never processed. Love ya. Have a good night.